Welcome, Aquarius. This is G with All Astrology, and this is your Aquarius Ascendant, Aquarius Rising, January, end of January 2020 reading. We're going to talk about Venus and we're going to talk about Mars, all right? Fiery butt Mars. Mars is going to be squaring off with Venus at the end of the month. Now, you want to know what area in your life this is going to happen, because when Venus and Mars square up, depending upon, well, actually, it's going to be a big deal regardless, because Venus will not only be squaring Mars, she'll be conjunct Neptune, which means we're also going to discuss Mars squaring Neptune, or Neptune squaring Mars. And what happens? It actually affects all of us. So I'm going to give out the degrees, and then we will discuss what it all means right now. Venus. Venus in Pisces. This is where this is happening. So look in your chart, all right? If it's, you want to check out the 16-degree mark. See if you have anything in Pisces at 16 degree. This is happening in your second house, Aquarians. Typically, second house is going to have your Pisces energy. Neptune has been there for about 7 years and will be there for about 7 more years. Neptune is all about touching in with the other side. Neptune rules Pisces. Neptune is at home here. Neptune's job is to cloud our vision, and it's to create perfect seeing. Neptune is very idealistic, so it can be a little delusional at times. And when it hands us those rose-colored glasses, it is our job to see through the murkiness, to see through the clouds, to see through our own crap first, to see through our own egoic self, because that's what Neptune does. It burns and it dissolves away the ego, which is self. And it is our vision of wearing our own glasses that totally changes and manipulates what is actually going on. It's very complex. So in your second house, this second house is about what you value. Having Neptune there means you are very much a person who is totally in tune with the universe. You value the idea of unity, of whole, of the sacrificing for the highest and the best. Now, this is a very high expression of Neptune. Neptune at a high expression is Christ consciousness. It is the ability to sacrifice for the group. This is Neptune at a high level. Neptune is touching in with source. Neptune is, the monks in solitude meditating. And here comes Zoe looking for her treat. She's a little late. So what I want to do is explain what happens when Venus touches Neptune, because that's what's going to be occurring. Venus and Neptune are going to be holding hand in hand. It's the 21st of January. We have a new moon on the 24th of this month. This is at 4 degrees of Aquarius, your sign. In your first house, that means, depending upon your degrees, if you're into astrology and you have your own chart, it happens at 4 degrees, so find out where exactly it happens for you. But I'm going to attach a link below that will give you a specific reading for the new moon and what it means for you, for Aquarius Ascendant, Aquarius Risings, and how you are to not manipulate, but master the energies that are available to us, the energies of the universe, and use these to incorporate emotion and feeling and vision for your future into your new moon intentions, new moon wish time. It is here. Watch that video. It'll give you more details about that and the dates involved. Know that this energy, this Mars squaring Venus and squaring Neptune, happens surrounding this new moon. Okay, so once we better understand that, then we can realize how it affects this. It gives us a more look of the total picture, which in essence helps clarify your value system, because Mercury is in your sign. It's in Aquarius. It's in your first house. Your first house is all about me. It's all about how I perceive myself, because Mercury is there, and the way I communicate, the way I think, Mercury is there. Mercury brings in information. So as the month goes on, towards the end of the month, Mercury will be getting much clearer and clearer and clearer, because Mercury's pulling away from the sun. Venus, when she's with Neptune, this is all about seeing and vision and understanding. So I'm explaining a couple of different a couple of different transits and a couple of different planets because it all encompasses the same thing. Our vision and how we perceive something is made up of multiple abilities to understand what is going on. So we've got our sense, right? Our taste, our sight, our hearing. We have a lot of different indicators and tools that gives us an idea of what's going on in our surroundings. These planets, Mercury, the way you think, the way you perceive something, how you communicate about that which you receive and what you think, is all part of us coming together and understanding what we value. It's like how we get to there, how we think, right? Totally lends into that. So when Mercury gets some clarity, this will be a big relief in the sense that, what do I value, right? Having Neptune there, it has been adding to the delusion, adding to the illusions. It has been trying to force you to really fine-tune and get a clearer vision of what it is that you really do hold on to. Venus in that house, Venus is more about, Venus rules Taurus and Venus rules Libra. So Libra is about relationships and love. Venus in Taurus is a love and a desire, straight out, okay? For things I can see that are appeasing, that are beautiful, that taste good, that smell good, that feel good. This is Venus. She likes high quality, nice stuff. So when she's in Neptune, all right, Venus is in a mode of, I need to do things that make me feel good. I want to indulge in things, right? So this would all be like, be care of the overindulgence, come on kitty, of chocolate, right? Neptune is liquids, so wine, alcohol, but it could be other substances because that is also definitely Piscean stuff. Low expressions of the 12th house, Neptune and Pisces, right, all the same, is drugs, okay? It's the house of the self-undoing because it's habits that we're not aware of that they're destroying us, that in some way they're not good for us. And Venus being all about trying to escape right now, not so much, you know, we'll just say she needs a retreat. She needs to relax. She needs to chill. She needs to be by herself because the 12th house is solitude. That is Neptune. How can I find a way to get time to just be with me and to just relax and connect with myself again? So some people would use the assistance of, you know, substances to do that. And I keep saying the word substances because we are going to be facing stress from Mars. All right, Mars is going to be exactly squaring Venus. This is like the 16-degree point, folks. All right, and the dates attached to this, we're looking, the energy begins to build on the 25th. All right, 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th. The last week of this month, we should be just paying attention because there's stress that we're receiving. Now, if you don't have any planets at these degrees, it may not be a huge impact for you. It may go by and you just observe it through a conversation that other folks are having and be like, oh shit, that's that, right? Or you may be in the middle of it because if you've got planets at these degrees or an angle like your rising, or if it's on your IC, your home spot or your descendant, your midheaven, you're going to feel it. It's going to be a little bit more personal. It's going to be more in your face, in your life. Hi, Zoe. Yes, this is Zoe. So, talking about Venus and the ways that she's going to want to escape, the ways that she's going to say, you know what, back off. I have to set up my borders and boundaries. I need me time. Mars is going to be the exact opposite. Mars is going to be about, but this is what I want to do. This is what I desire. Mars in Sag is like, we need to go higher. We need to just keep going. We can't stop. We can't stop. It is the heat-seeking missile, literally. It's ascending. Now, for you, this is in your 11th house. Mars, you have Sagittarius in your 11th house. Okay, Aquarius Ascendant, Aquarius Rising. So this is going to be in your social circles. This means your friends. This also has to do with the internet, social media. All right, so there might be some adverse, communications that go on, posts that are just, tasteless or maybe feel mean. So internet, social media, people where you gather in groups. This is where tension will be coming from. This happens at 16 degrees, the end of January. So I think having a heads up to it will help. And also understanding that Mars at the same time, at that 16 degrees, is squaring Neptune, okay? So it's Venus and Pisces here, okay, at 16 degrees, and it's Mars over here at 16 degrees. So this is important because when we talk about substances, Neptune is our ability to go there and to use substances. Venus is our ability to overindulge in the substances. And Neptune squaring Mars. Remember what Mars is, folks? Other than our ego, Mars represents our vehicle, our body. So if Neptune squares it, what happens is Neptune lowers our resistance to illnesses, to infections. Because it's Mars, it would be inflammation, cuts, bruises, you know, stuff like that. But our body in general. So if we're using substances, okay, and if we're taking a drink of wine or having 6 cookies, and normally it's not a big deal, or 3 cookies, or we eat a whole bar of chocolate, at this time, because your resistance to your health is going to be lowered, it's going to be, you're gonna feel it. You're going to be like, oh, crap, that was too much for me. So this is a word of caution for those who indulge in different ways, right? Who actually do use substances, whatever those may be. Like, you know, cannabis went legal in Illinois. And typically all that's going to happen is you might just, you know, go to sleep and, you know, sleep really hard, right? But I am not a druggist. I am not a, you know, a doctor. I'm not any of that. All I do know is the astrology, which means that our resistance level to chemicals, right? Whether they be cannabis or whether they be, you know, whatever else your poison is, whatever your pleasure is that you used in which to escape, your resistance to it's going to be lower, okay? I don't know how many more times I can say that, but I hope this helps you, Aquarius Ascendant, Aquarius Rising. Bye.